say Nigeria is blessed is not news. There are various natural resources such as oil, coal, rubber, iron, just to mention a few. And the people, well, that's a major asset which has earned the country the title of the most populous black nation. But away from the usual suspects are other things that for many centuries played silent roles in defining who we are as a people. That's the culture. Diverse, but simply amazing. We'll take a look at that on this week's edition of the program. A warm welcome. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Art is man's constant effort to create for himself a different order of reality from that which is given to him. To mark Nigeria's independence anniversary, the National Troupe of Nigeria decided to do something a bit different. Nurture talent in the performing arts and encourage live theatre performances that identify with national and international aspirations. They worked with Eda Theatre to present MAAFA, a stage play written by Segun Olujobi and directed by Makinde Adeniran. All roads lead to the National Theatre in Lagos. The audience gets set to experience a new tale.
When we speak to the younger generation, we tell them that is not so. But you and I know that that is a lie. Oh, my ancestors, truly, they invaded our land, but we gave them the key.
A story of freedom, unity and change graces the stage. MAAFA chronicles the life of a warrior called Osusu, who is sold into slavery alongside his pregnant wife and son. A life in chains gives him time to think of a way to free his people from bondage.
Now listen, you feel the heart? Yours is the command, and yours to obey, dirty bastard! My drink! Where is my drink? How dare you! Don't get down!
He later realizes that achieving any breakthrough lies in uniting the different tribes as their strength in diversity.
But they can do it to my wife? She wasn't the one. Who cares? Father, please, what? Where were you when she was taken away in chains? Where were you in that distasteful clothing from that dirty manhood? Where were you when she needed a man? My hands were tied, Father. My hands were tied. My hands were tied. I did not feel tight. So why did you stop me? Father, please. And I, for one eye, makes the world go blind. I bear your pain. No!
Although the people are unwilling and suspicious of each other's intentions, they had to make huge sacrifices for the love of country.
I believe in the promise of a new tomorrow. I believe in the promise of a new nation. And I believe in the promise of a new world.
The crew felt this play was apt for people to have hope and not despair, no matter what they are passing through.
The greatest thing for me is that it takes an issue like slavery and then begins to relate it to the issues that we have, socio-political issues that we have in Africa, not just Nigeria today. And the point that it can be relevant at that point, taking old issues and coming to speak to us, it's forcing us, it's saying, think about the future, make your plans. The issue is not the white man is against us, the white man hates us, we hate ourselves. There's a need for us to resolve our internal differences before we begin to plan for the future. And I think that's what the play says to Nigeria.
This story is stale. Slavery story is stale. We all know the story. But how do we turn it around to make a fantastic, a shocking story even to us? And we discovered, okay, do you know what? We can use it as a painting. We have a canvas, then paint. So from there, we're able to just dust it with little narrations here and there, and then, yeah, and that is how. That's why I say it's fun. It's not much, but much of, it brings you back to the olden days when theater was thick, when, as a student, we work it hard to get any theater piece done. And that's what this brought me back to.
So the story is told in simple language, interactive style with costumes, settings and lighting effects that will help drive this message home. Interesting play there. I'm sure you have missed this segment, so let me quickly show you the works of art for this week. And these are your works of art for this week. We begin with Izu Moneme's work titled One Face and Differences. It's done with aluminium on canvas. This is how the artist explains the work. He believes that there's this popular sentiment, especially during prayers. Our different faces depict our different needs, and the present economic situation in Nigeria makes it obvious that similar differences are written on the faces of every citizen. But as different as our needs are, it's time for everyone to come together and make Nigeria great. This one, still done by Izu, is titled Epitomize Beauty, done with aluminium on canvas. This piece is aimed at expressing the ideal of beauty from an African perception. The long neck, round face, very high headgear, both eyes and lips are emphasized to exaggerate feminine beauty, and the colors were employed to portray the artist's idea of beauty and add a fascinating glamour to the work of art. It was done for the 2016 Visual Art Competition by the Spanish Embassy in Abuja. This next one is by Femi Ogumbiyi, a mixed media work of art titled Save Humanity. He looks also at the economic and socio-political problems in Nigeria, where he says we must not lose sight of hope and we must persevere as a nation. We should fight for Nigeria, be patriotic, be proactive, and all hands must be on deck to bring about the prosperity that we desire. It's left to everyone to make Nigeria great. Nice one there, Femi. Very patriotic indeed. And now to Balogun Olani's work of art titled Fruitful. It's a beadwork on painted board. He says, bead does it better. And he's adding that I'm sure a lot of people has never seen this before, but he uses the bowl of fruit as a metaphor for the beauty and the different variety that lies in Nigeria. We're having loads of patriotic artists this week, and it's no surprise considering that Nigeria just celebrated her 56th anniversary. Moses Chukwuemeka has a poem to go with all these independence fever that is showing up on today's works of art, and he has a poem to accompany his work of art titled Happy Independence Nigeria. It's a painting. He goes, no nation to call our own, a land the strongest stone. We walk on marbles and gold, an ivory of dreams untold. Talents and abilities, young, old, we have the capacity. A land filled with milk and honey. We are BBB, black, bold and beauty. Nigeria, our land of dignity. And it goes on and on and on. You will have to check it out on our Facebook page. Well done, Moses. Then Dada Adeboyejo has this one. He calls it Kiss, a high relief on board medium. He believes that what the world needs most today is love, affection for one another, irrespective of race or religion. Kiss is a mosque that has refused to scare, but rather glow with colors and love. He also has this one called Boiling Point, a mixed media. At a time when the polity has become very volatile, caution is required, and if the situation is not arrested with care, it gets to a boiling point, and that's how Dada describes his work. Things could become out of control and mayhem become the order of the day. But for peace to reign, the world must try to be tolerant. And those are your works of art for this week. I appreciate them and do encourage you to keep them coming. And still to come on the program, this artist created a buzz on social media when a lot of people saw his paintings. They were so real. You could almost touch it. You'd think they were pictures. I'll give you more details when Atas returns.